Hello everyone. Today we have a quick video. I know that you're probably wanting something, you want a PC build, you want something crazy going on. Well, that's next week. So if that's not what you want to do, if you don't want to watch tech talk that's kind of a little lighthearted, then go ahead and wait till next week. But we need to talk about something amazing. Something, if you told me last week, I would call you a liar and I would tell you it won't happen until hell freezes over. Well, hell really froze over. Sorry for the echo. Got a little dip down there. But Intel and AMD have joined forces, specifically Intel and Radeon graphic technologies. We're about to start seeing discrete notebooks with Intel and Vega discrete GPUs inside. This is awesome. Specifically, the reason why I think it's awesome is right now Nvidia has kind of had a little bit of the monopoly for it. I mean, they have the better discrete notebook GPUs, they always have, but this could change. Obviously, Intel sees something for this notebook market, and they're trying to capitalize on it. Now, specifically, let's talk about one development. Sorry, the camera's all topsy-turvy. That's because my hands are everywhere. But the big thing here is not only did Vega become a new Intel side partner, well, Radeon, with the Vega GPUs, Raja Koduri, head of Radeon Graphics, has left and joined the Intel team. Now, Raja's the man. If you haven't seen some of his interviews, you should. He cares. He loved his job. He talked multiple times about how intensive a graphics change he wants in the market for VR. All of these things. He's definitely one of the people at the forefront of trying to give us exactly what we want when it comes to graphics and graphic solutions. Now, at first when I saw this announcement, I didn't think too much of it. I thought, well, you know, like, cool, it's for notebooks, no big deal. Talked to my co-host, who is also somewhere either on campus or with his group doing group work. We're university students at the University of Oklahoma, so it's about crunch time for us. Now, he mentioned this could lead to two things. Well, he mentioned one, I mentioned the other because we started talking. Now, either Intel will use this union until it gets to a certain point and they can figure out exactly what they wanted from Vega, copy it, make it better, and have their own implementation that doesn't infringe on Intel's own patents. Definitely happens. It's happened to AMD multiple times when they lease out their graphics, etc. Now, the other thing that could happen is they could just partner up, which is always a big deal. You know, this partner up for a long time, reap the benefits, then partnership will end, whatever. Now, let's look at the third option, which is the option I think would be awesome, but it's probably least likely. Intel to buy Radeon Technologies Group. If Intel buys Radeon, they're the only company right now that could probably compete toe-to-toe with Nvidia. Nvidia has tons of R&D, they can just dump money at whim. I mean, hell, we just had their quarterly earnings, which we'll get back to in a moment. And they're definitely not a hurting company. Radeon has always been so-so, and the only reason that it can definitely survive is because it's associated with AMD, and AMD is able to give it a little bit of money to keep it going. Radeon's always had a bit of money, but as of late their solutions have been having problems, and if it weren't for this mining craze, they really wouldn't have been doing too hot. Now, there was a great video done by, It's a great video done by Tech Yes City, Australian YouTuber. If you haven't seen him, you should totally check him out. He thought of something I didn't think of, and that's the possible relationship that they've created and how it's going to benefit them in the long term if they can keep this agreement. Now, there's a company, we all know it, hell, I have their cell phone, sadly, iPhone, Apple. Apple is the juggernaut in the tech industry for price. Their shares are one of the highest in the tech industry. And that's fine. They have a great marketing team. They know what they're doing. Now, oh, there's the bells. But if there's one thing that they do, they use Radeon cards and they use Intel CPUs. So this new market that they have for themselves for the notebook solutions is definitely going to be picked up immediately, probably, by Apple. Now, when Techie City said this, I couldn't believe it. Wow. How could I not have seen this possible union made in heaven? And that's what it is. Now, we're going to get on to a little bit of the shade part. So, not too long ago, 2-3 days ago, Nvidia had its quarterly earnings where it announced that a 25% increase in sales within the enthusiast market, which is, wow, amazing. But when asked about this new union marriage made in heaven, head of Nvidia had something really interesting to say. He gave the total, the fanfare, you know, Raja Koduri's great. It's a big blow to AMD, and Intel's definitely saw like how great Raja was. Then he made sure to mention Nvidia has a reason why it is the solutions used by supercomputers and the 9, and that they're not really worried. There you go. As soon as some shade's thrown out, we know we're in for some fun. Nvidia has totally been shook, or I guess they just didn't expect Intel to go after it this way. Hell, maybe they didn't even expect a notebook competitor. Now, it was funny that they mentioned supercomputers, but that's not what this union's for. It's for notebooks. So maybe it's just them telling their shareholders, you know, chill out. Most of our stuff is in this other computational sector as well. But that's fine. It's fine. Just some fun speculation I thought I'd talk with you guys about. And then before we end it up, next week, it's going to be a fun week. You have to stay tuned for that video. The 8700K is finally on its way. This paper launch that they did to us was absolutely horrendous. Intel really dropped the ball by trying to rush it to compete with Ryzen. They should have just waited for the regular time scale that they had, because the amount of chips on the market was just so small, just couldn't deal with the amount of people wanting it. Now, to end you with, we're going to be talking real quick, like a little blurb. Finally, the rumors are coming out that Samsung has been tooling up since October to increase RAM production. Thank you God, because we are all dying from RAM prices. For the build we're doing next week, I ended up getting a 16 gigabyte kit of DDR4 RAM, and that was about $170. Right now, it's over $200. The market is just absolutely destroyed right now. That, and finally, you know, with mining, graphics card solutions have started to go down. It's no big deal, but it's really hurt it when it comes to price to performance. Getting into 1080p gaming and things of the like is becoming difficult. So anything to help alleviate some of this price pain, I'm more than down for. Well, on that note, please like, subscribe, and share. If you guys have any comments, leave them down below. What do you think of this marriage? Is this a marriage you wanted to see? Do you think it'll help them? And like, I just want to know, Raja Koduri left AMD for Intel. Do you think that's a big deal? I mean, he was the go-to guy. Just leave it down in the comments and let me know. Let's get a nice shot right here of this beautiful, beautiful library that I'm about to spend hours in. You guys have a good day.